So we want to get to our visual artist, our guest of the evening. Anthony, do you want to introduce them?
Yes, absolutely. So a few weeks, the Galactic Tribe was invited to be on an interview with a brother named Grandmaster Fax. Grandmaster Fax does interviews with creators around the nation, usually in the comic realm or creators, novel realm, writer now realm, artist realm. And we had a fantastic interview. So there's these people in the comments talking about this and that, responding in a bunch of different ways. So that was Konkret Comics, the representatives from Konkret Comics. So we got to rapping and we found a lot of different things that we like in the Wakanda Alliance. We like to highlight those independent creators out there getting into the mud, doing what they do best, which is create. So if Konkret Comics, go to their website, see what they got. If you see my man Lonzo, he's got his whole setup there, his concrete altar, if you will, set up. And we wanted to invite them to the show. So gentlemen, welcome to the Wakanda Alliance. Please introduce yourselves and show us what you're all about.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Lonzo Starr. I am founder of the book, The Legend of Acolyte. It's a story about a young man that travels to the cosmos to kind of understand what his place is in the universe. And in this book, he deals with a lot of self-doubt, a lot of reinforced encouragement to step into the light he needs to be, because he's on his way to take the mantle of a very high position in the cosmos. So you got to get it right all through this book. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
That's pretty much it. The main reason I made this book, Acolyte, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but throughout my love for sci-fi, I've always noticed the lack of representation of Black and brown, and I always wanted to travel the stars as a child, and as a grown man now, I still want to travel the stars, but we don't see that representation in nothing, to be honest with you. So that's pretty much what Konkret stands for, is just bringing that representation to a medium that we love, which is comics and sci-fi, horror, anime, and that's what we're trying to do. So I'm gonna pass the baton to my brother Onaji. If anybody got any questions for me, bring them on.
No, let Jamel go. Jamel go.
Yeah. Oh man.
How you doing? My name is Jamil Leslie, and I am the creator of Absolver.
That book right here.
Absolver is basically I put in the category supernatural horror type story. Absolver is a mezzo, and for those that hasn't read the book, heaven has its angels and hell has its demons. Well, Absolver comes from the oblivion, and they call their spirits mezzos. And of course, angels have their purpose, whether it's worshiping God, doing God's work, and demons are here to terrorize everything opposite of God. Well, mezzos, when you become a mezzo, your purpose is basically how you lived. So Absolver is obviously the wraith of vengeance, and when I created him, honestly, his whole story became full circle after George Zimmerman got off. That's where that vengeance idea came across. So he's just the living, in a sense, he's my way of expressing myself. And that's why he's gray, because he exists in this gray area, not, those that whatever you deem is good, you call him bad, so he exists in this gray area. And that's Absolver, rate the vengeance.
Nice.
Onaji.
Shall I go now? Okay.
Yes.
Onaji. Yeah. Oh man, here he goes.
What's up, everyone? My name is Onaji Ross, and I'm the creator of Odina. Odina is the African-American female superhero. I'm a big fan of X-Men. I've always been a fan of X-Men growing up. You know, the whole identity of like how the mutants fit in the world and how it relates to civil rights, you know, and how it relates to, you know, Black people as well. So I've always been a fan of like how, you know, that's come about. And also I'm a fan of mythology. So, you know, and I think with how people come to be, you know, like how we've come to be, how we are, like Black people, and how Africa is like this holy land and stuff that comes from it, I mean, usually is powerful. So, you know, for Odina, you know, there was not a very much of African American female heroes out there. If you count on your hand the number of African American female superheroes at the moment, or probably period, I mean, how many can you count other than the mainstream one, which is Storm? I mean, can you name some more? I mean, knowing your
I can meet that challenge.
You
No,
can,
but I know your point. I know your point though, for sure.
So
The average person is not going to be able to name
not
maybe
at all.
even 5 off the top of their head
Very
Exactly.
true. Very true.
without a lot of yeah. So
Thank you. And then on top of that, but when I look in a book from like Marvel, and I saw this ad for like, you know, the A-Force, you know, the A-Force book. So think of all the members of A-Force. It's predominantly white women, and that's including She-Hulk, Jennifer, and she's green. Like I literally just saw nothing but white women on that page, and there's, you know, no offense to that, but I come from a very matriarchal family. I got nieces range from 29 to 5 years old. So what's the point of not having that representation for them if they're not going to see themselves on TV screens and stuff like that? And don't get me wrong, I love Black Panther, but I'm pre-Black Panther. You know, I'm doing this way before Black Panther even hit. So.
word up.
Yeah.
Word. Cool. Yeah. So you all have the same that drive, that fiery passion to balance out that representation, and you all do that very well. Y'all were nominated for some awards too, right?
Yeah, surprisingly we were. We were nominated for 7 awards actually. 7 awards total for Konkret Comics. I think we got Best Writer, Rising Star, Best Cover, something else I forget. Fan favorite, and it's another one, right? Or
best male lead character.
Yeah, so we got Best Male Lead, Rising Star, Fan Favorite, Best Writer, and Best Cover. So there's a lot of dope books in the nominations and categories. We're just honored to be mentioned on our first time out, first year, first books we've ever done. So, you know, I'm just humbled. All the love that we've been getting from the support from the fans, meeting people like yourself and Grandmaster Facts and Head Nerds in Charge, and the list goes on of people that really you know, gravitated to us in the beginning, and we've all just been pushing and evolving into these big mega empires that, like what you guys are doing, are going to build a Wakanda Alliance. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
It's just dope seeing all of us, you know,
Yeah.
move in this direction.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. How did you all come together for the process and for the progress of Konkret Comics?
I'll let Jamil explain that. I mean, he explains that the best way. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
See that smirk on his face? He knew he was.
No, it was real intriguing, you know. Started out this comic book venture, you know. I had joined this other group where, you know, I met Onaji, and, you know, while being in that group, you know, there wasn't room for us to get help and to learn, because, you know, I was still learning. Speaking for myself, I was still trying to learn to understand what it is. But me and Onaji linked real early. So we started talking, and then obviously through doing research and talking to people, I saw this this cool looking blue Smurf. I like, what's this blue Smurf character?
Oh wow!
Right?
Wow.
I saw this character. I'm like, yo, this character is amazing. But I was hunting for my own artist, so I hit up Lonzo. I was like, man, this character looks good. Did you draw this? He's like, nah, but this is my character. So we started talking, and that we got to the point where we started talking about crossovers with our characters. Crossovers led to, I have a whole universe I made. He had an entire universe, and we went to figuring this thing out. And then he was like, yo, why not just roll with Konkret? I'm like, yeah, I was going to ask you that anyway. So I came on Konkret, and then, you know, we understand that it takes a community. It takes a village to build something great. So I was like, yo, we need to get more people on board. So, and he was thinking the same thing. So I was like, yo, Anaji, I know this guy named Anaji, yo, he's dope or whatnot. So yeah, I hit up Onaji. Onaji was, I wouldn't say skeptical, but he's a businessman. You understand what I'm saying? So once we realized the cohesiveness was this, we're more family than business. I understand we're running a business, but we are really brothers in this. And once we became this family-oriented business, yo, Onaji's like, yeah, I'm all the way in. I was already all the way in. You know, for some reason, I got downgraded to little brother. This is why they pick on me.
Oh my gosh.
And and that's that's where we at right now. You know, honestly, if we debate or have a disagreement, it's because we're sharpening each other. You know, we're trying to help each other grow, become stronger. You know, it's not about being right or wrong. You know, I'm ready to just jump off a cliff and get things going. Lonzo's always like, yo, slow down. We got to do this, this, and this. And, you know, and then Onaji's, he's the balance, you know, he's literally our mediator. So, yeah, that's how we met. That's how we got started. You know, at the end of the day, we're all in one vehicle heading to the same direction. You know, whoever's behind the wheel just drives a little bit differently. I guess I'm more of the crazy driver. So,
reckless.
but I can say I grew a lot with them. They helped me out a lot where I was in areas where I was weak. And I know I helped them a lot. I know I helped them out a lot. They may not admit it, but you know.
Did you though? Did you though?
I did, you know. I gave Lonzo his swag, you know, Naji, look, all that. Come on. Listen, behind the scenes, I was swag.
Guys.
On your team until you started talking, man.
He's so disrespectful. You know what I mean? All good though.
I can imagine how y'all meeting it. I can imagine how y'all meetings go. This is hilarious.
You have no idea. You have no idea what happens in a meeting and what it causes for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
You guys sound like us. I'm telling y'all, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now DQ gets on me all the time about how I don't have an iPhone and he's trying to share and airdrop and all this stuff. And I got my Note 9 here. You know, I'm flexing with this little Note pen. And I can take notes on my phone, but
you know, listen, him and John, I tell you, those brothers, jeez. I'm gonna go buy it.
So Konkret Comics, y'all have an awesome story. Y'all have awesome chemistry, it seems like too. So when it comes to creating stories, when it comes to developing these unique stories, you all have your own individual project going on, and there's some cohesion between each of those projects. Is there any challenge in producing a new captivating story? Because I mean, you're all nominated for these awards, but at the same time, you know, you got to have that continuity going. There's a lot of different things to think about: how powers evolve, how the characters evolve, how all that happens. And you have characters from Superman to Hercule from Dragon Ball Z to take inspiration from. So how do y'all figure out, you know, how to develop your characters?
Well, I think for creativity, yeah, granted, you know, we're a team. We'll run stuff by each other. You know, some of us are a little bit you know, more thorough when it comes to their background characters and stuff.
Shade.
There it is.
When the creativity is natural, it's like you can't fake it. You can't fake stuff when you're creating something. Like Jamel just created this book called Ads, and which is based off, you know, the African folklore. And when you know stuff and you create stuff like that, it's no faking it. It's like automatic, like dope as shit. And I'm not, you know, trying to big him up like that, but you know, just, you know.
I appreciate you though. I appreciate it.
Whoa. Chill out a little bit. Oh, come on now. Come on.
Yeah, the creative process is easy when you have individuals who you know for a fact that if there is something off, will tell you like maybe you should do it like this or something. But it's real simple when you have natural creativity amongst your brethren and sisters. So that's kind of.
So to bounce off of what Onaji said, it's definitely really good to have that creative bone in your body to constantly want to create and always research new ideas. But I think the best part about what we have is that we can trust the other person to give you advice that's gonna, if they can't give you the exact answer, they can send you in the direction where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? And you can trust that they're looking for the best interest of what you're trying to do and not withholding information. To, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're always here to help each other get to wherever we want to go. It's no limits when we're thinking about creating. So having that chemistry really helps us feel comfortable with creating, even though some of our ideas might start off ridiculous. No pun to Jamil, but some of them may start crazy, but then they'll come to a level where it's like, yo, this thing is gonna be the one. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Word. I'm sure Jamil has a lot to say. So
yeah, Jamil, go ahead and jump in, man.
Definitely. When it comes to creativity, honestly, you can't reinvent the wheel, and everything starts off crazy because in the beginning, there's no such thing as a bad idea. You got this idea, you throw everything in this melting pot. So when you start to put your story together, you start to remove things, and then so you start to form your story, and that's when I would run to these guys. I got this, and this. I need help here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we got this great story that just comes together. Like honestly, I thought Absolver was 100% when I met Lonzo. I was like, yeah, this is it. But through talking to him, and I was like, I had to change so much throughout the process and things that make sense because you're hearing it from an unbiased perspective, and that's one thing I've learned. Like if I have a brand new idea, I'll run it across these guys, because I definitely know I'll get an unbiased answer. Sometimes you don't even like the answer because you really want this here, but you're like, damn, that made so much sense. I can't stand Lonzo. I can't stand Onaji. God. So, but you rock with it. You rock with it. And they will tell you too. They steal a lot of my ideas.
Here we go.
I mean, I let them borrow a ton of my. I'm just joking. But nah. When you have people you can trust and it's family, you can speak freely. You can speak freely. Like we have a pool of characters. I'm like, yo, I just created this dope character. Boom. Anybody can use it. You know what I'm saying? Because I trust how they're going to write that story. Or treat that character. Man, I created like Lonzo's big in the cosmics. That's not my thing. But I created this dope character. I was like, yo, this character's dope. You got a cosmic origin. I'm like, yo, Lonzo, this is you. Boom. And I'm trusting his process with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Because again, at the end of the day, in this creative space, I know people keep saying, it's about telling our story, this, that, and the third. And that all that is true. You want to show the youth, you want to show people to come that, yo, it is okay. It is okay. You can create, you can tell any type of story you want. If you want to create a character that has a flashlight that plays music, make it make sense. Make it make sense, but that's just what it is, like
right.
Be okay. It's your creativity. You know what? Art is very subjective,
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a good or bad story or an idea. You got to find the people that's going to appreciate what you're doing. And that's really what it boils down to. And, and again, the most important thing is don't be afraid to just create and tell your story because, you create a character that you feel is so unique, but then you find out that that same exact character exists in a manga somewhere, So it's real important that don't worry too much about the foundation of your creativity. Just focus on telling your story, and then just put everything else in place. So that's it.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And you all are in different cities, right? Like that's like the most craziest thing that I heard. So you're all like separated, but you all have to come together and like create this vision and create the foundation and the structure for this vehicle y'all are making.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you got what's up? Alonzo, you're in Philly, Jamel's in New York,
I'm in Jersey.
Jersey.
I'm from Philly, but I live in Jersey now.
Mm.
Yeah. I had to change. I didn't like it, but I had to do it.
No one cares.
Oh man! Oh my god!
Oh, no one cares.
I know, right?
Word. So listen, we got a good other half an hour, so we're gonna fill this up with some other things going on. Does anybody from the tribe or anybody from the audience have questions for Konkret? Any of the
Yeah, I
creators
got a
of
question.
Konkret? Go for it.
Yeah, I got a question. So with the books, how do you guys distribute them? Like, are you guys with the big guys? What is that? What's that big distribution company that?
Diamond.
Huh?
Diamond.
Diamond. Yeah.
No, we do everything, and it's all from the muscle, it's all from us. So, comic holding our books and exclusively ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And we print, we ship, do everything independently.
Oh wow, dope. That's
Yep,
good.
yep.
Wow. Are you guys looking to like? What would happen, or are you guys looking to have your, make a deal with them, with Diamond or anything like that, that distribute your comics?
I guess it all depends. Being with Diamond, it makes more sense for a major like DC or Marvel to be with Diamond because their profit margin won't go down as much. But us being with Diamond, we're gonna lose a lot of profit margin. You know what I'm saying? So right in this point we're in, it wouldn't really make too much sense. The only sense it would make is the reach. You know what I'm saying? But without the just being with Diamond, you still got to be able to pay for your marketing and promotion. So, I mean, it'll just be too expensive for us to be down with them right now.
Gotcha.
So, yep. Besides that, we're gonna keep it all from the muscle right now, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Y'all flexing right now too. Y'all out here. I love it. And y'all got your website, so y'all got some merch too. I see some shirts in the back.
Yeah, man, we just got a new stock of shirts in. So if anybody wants to place some orders, we got them at KonkretComics.com. All the books are available. So yeah.
Word.
Yep.
I think Grandmaster Fact just stepped out. I was gonna bring them on, but that's quite all right. Do y'all want to talk about your individual projects at the moment, your individual comics and what they're about and their stories?
Yeah, sure, not a problem.
Go for it.
Well, Nachi, go ahead.
Put them on a spot.
No, I guess that was payback from earlier.
Definitely.
I want to say, Lonzo talking about going into stars and stuff. I was like, whatever, dude. But anyway. But
right.
my book is, it's titled Odina, and it's an African-American female superhero. And she, the story is basically her getting back into the superhero game. Like basically picking up right where she's getting back into it, because she kind of walked away from it for a while. And so right now we're coming back into the game. In this book, there's a big bad that she's about to face. And with this big bad, she kind of has an air about her. She's because she's the baddest, the toughest. So she kind of carries herself like she is. So sometimes, in life you're gonna meet someone who's gonna be badder. And so in that story, she's gonna learn that. And so
yeah, word. How do you go about developing the story, especially when you're not an African American Black woman? How do you go about developing that story? Do you take inspiration from family members, friends?
Well, remember I told you I got 8 nieces. I got
I
tell you, I got a matriarchal family. I got to hear their mouth every day, even in when I tell you, and here's the thing: a lot of people don't know is that I watch them grow up into women. Like my oldest niece from now, like we even had a conversation the other day about like when she want to have kids, and I was like, I don't think I can handle that. And she's 29 years old because I've watched them grow up. I've changed their diapers and stuff. So this is how like they're part of my life. And
Right.
I've seen them grow into women. And so to see them grow into women, you take that in as like, like I'm watching their personalities, like how they all form around me. So it's a big part of my life. They are a big part of my life. And like this is my dedication to them. Even my sisters and my mothers. Like they are a big part of my life. So to sit back and watch them and to not see them on certain shows like in Avengers and stuff like that, it's not doing my people service. Because let's be clear, Black women are definitely more than capable of handling stuff.
For sure.
Time and time again. So what makes
them
they can't handle some fucking aliens coming from? Like, come on. They can't get one sister in Avengers movie. So and I don't tell people this, but if you were to go around me around my nieces and stuff, it's comical because you see the personalities and they are cutthroat, and I love it because like I cannot make this up. So this is why they're a part of my life. I love them.
Next, Alonzo or Jamel.
So I guess Jamil wants to go last because he's an asshole like that. So so my book Acolyte, it's really a story about being a part of something bigger than what you usually are. In science, we know that every time you hear them talk about humans on the grand scheme of the cosmos, we're talked about like we're just the worst, the dumbest, the most idiotic, the smallest, most non-important species in the cosmos. And that's something that always bothered me because it's like, what if people come here and they see us and they're like, dang, these humans created all this, they living like this, they're doing that. And you never see that in any stories. When you talk about Independence Day, the movie, they came, just tore us all up. Every movie with aliens, they're always way more advanced than us. So I wanted to connect Acolyte to a higher power in the cosmos, and that his gene was a perfect gene to be able to connect to a higher level. And basically, he steps he's for life where it's kind of like a young man just being taught kung fu. So he know all the moves. Now he think he the ish now, but he don't know that there's other people coming that been doing this way before he got his little skills up. So that's kind of what his story is like. He was a young man that was brought from not knowing anything. Now he knows a lot, thinks he knows it all. Then he's gonna get humbled again and have to develop into the person he needs to be. So that's kind of story that I'm trying to build.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah,
word.
That's Acolyte.
Yeah, and I see like that cover. Was that the one that won the award for the best cover?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I know I got two covers, but I think they chose this one.
Yeah, that one you just get drawn into that one so deep, and it's just like. So did you do the art for it too, or did you?
Oh no. I'm the writer creator, and I designed the character, but I definitely don't have that talent right there.
Yeah, got you. But for you to,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, but for you to go to the artist and be like, yo, this is my vision, this is how I want them to look, and they capture it just so key, so perfect.
It's mind blowing how they take our script and write like detail for detail what we envision in our head. So when you see the art come back to you, man, it really is like, it makes you so excited that you just want to just put it out, just share it to everybody. You know what I mean? Just here, look. You know what I mean? Because like just seeing them take your imagination and put it on a paper to this, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So doing what we do is definitely it's definitely like a kid's biggest dream to see it come to life, because as a kid I would never think I was doing this. Making comic books was never a thought in my head because I thought it was so unimaginable. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm doing it now, I think back to when I was younger, thinking those thoughts like, I wish I could make a comic book, and now I'm a grown man making them. I mean, it was just so unplanned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's amazing. I think a lot of people here, we have a lot of creators at the Alliance and just in the group too. So, you know, we always have like these stories, and sometimes we'll pitch them out and we'll feed off each other too. So, yeah, for you all to take it another step further and actually put it into the physical realm, like that's beautiful. That's amazing right there. So, yeah, beautiful. Yo, Jermel, you want to close us out? What's up, man?
Oh my God! Mute them.
Oh my God. You know, I was always intrigued with the stories of heaven and hell. You know, I mean, granted, you know, I grew up in the church, and then from there, you know, my sister got involved with Greek mythology. So when it came to like the supernatural and spirits and gods, like I was in there, you know. And I used to always ask my father questions about the Bible, just because I guess I was more intrigued about the stories than the spiritual part of it, you know. So then, you know, you're growing up on Superman, then Batman, but then when I got introduced to Spawn and Ghost Rider, I was like, oh,
change the game.
Oh man, yeah, that was everything I needed. But you know, I got involved with the spoken word, did a lot of poetry, you know, and just being able to see the reaction when you touch people, or you know, your words can reach people. And you know, I remember doing a poem, and then you know, about abortion, and then you know, after the end of the show, this girl came to me crying and said, you know, I was considering having an abortion, but you made me change my mind. You know, and ever since then, that was it for me. Wow. So transitioning into the comic book world with everything going on, and becoming a serious advocate and a fighter for my people, and definitely for our future. You know, having a son, you're like, man, it's not about what I do today. It's not what I'm doing today for myself. What am I going to do today for him tomorrow? So then now that the bigger picture is there, you know? And so Absolver is literally, you know, my way of being able to express how I feel, what's going on in this world. It is literally, you know, I created Absolver based off of all these experiences in his life. I want to be able to tell our story literally, and literally tell how we feel about these things when we see them. You know, I'm not writing stories in there just to purposely be malicious or have gore. This is how we feel when we see these things. As a parent, when you see child molesters, when you see people getting killed and hurt, I create the ads because there's nobody. They're not telling stories of people fighting with like our real enemies, like Mr. Freeze and the Clown, and they're all cool. They're all cool, but yo, these are our enemies.
Yeah.
You know, we wake up every single day and we got to deal with. Think about how many times you went online and you heard about another Black person getting killed, or find out they was hung, or police. It is too much, and these are our real life enemies. So just like Absolver is a way for me to express myself, the ads is a way for me to express myself, but also give a history lesson about things they don't teach, wouldn't want to teach, things they're not showing us, and things they're not telling us. So, you know, it's fun and it's nice to create these stories, and they look beautiful. But at the end of the day, my ultimate goal is to have a platform for the future, and to leave our truths behind. If anything happens to me today, I was able to tell my story, our story, and that's what you're getting out of Absolver. You know, Absolver is a journey about a character that has tremendous growth, and I want the readers to grow with him. You know, he's literally not going to be 3 issues in and all of a sudden this is the Batman you know what's coming. No, it's going to be some serious growth, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, because it's life. You know, tomorrow something can happen and inspires me to change my entire issue 3. You know, you know what I'm saying? Because I need to tell that story yesterday. You know, so and that's and that's basically it. You know, it's you know, it's a world of express where I get to express myself. It's a world of creativity. It's a world of just me being honest and telling our truth. You know, I just want to open people's eyes. I want to have interviews and, you know, why is Absolver taking out this preacher? Well, because that preacher was fondling little kids and nobody did nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this girl got raped, and this guy only got booked for 2 years and then put 6 months of probation. Now he's out because he was on a swim team. Like nobody in real life is handling these situations. So somehow this is how I gotta handle that.
Yeah.
You know, George Zimmerman is still out there selling Skittles, signing Skittle bags and shit. And nobody's handling it. And these are our real life enemies. And, you know, and this is my power. You know, Absolver is my ability. You know, Konkret Comic is my vehicle. You know, and I want people to understand that. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's I have a passion for it, but my ultimate goal at the end of the day is to utilize my platform to open eyes and change lives, you know, and leave something good behind, because I need to pass this baton to somebody.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah. And just like everything you just said, man, they're not at DC Comics talking about that. They're not at, you know, Marvel. They might even not be at Image talking about that. So that's exactly why independent publishers and creators like yourselves are so important, because, you know, y'all building the foundation for the future, like you said, to pass the baton. Because, you know, think 10 years, 20 years down the road, kids are going to look on their TV, and what was natural to us, which is seeing all these white faces as our heroes, they're not going to, what? White heroes and all white team? What's that? I've never seen that before. You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely creating that new reality. And that's what we do as Black people. We create those new realities. And that's why we transcend space and time. So, yeah, man. So, I want to thank y'all so much for taking the time out and closing us out in just the right way. At some point, we've been talking about on the tribe side, we might want to do a subcategory of events talking about more mature comics, because, you know, we still have the kids involved and everything, so we can't talk about mature topics. But, you know, it'd be awesome to have y'all be featured one of y'all comics on one of our events. So, you know, we definitely, there's room to grow, there's room to develop on that though, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anybody from the tribe want to chime in or anything like that before we get close to closing out? Mr. M, DQ, John, Tiff.
I'm good.
Hi everybody. I'm not on. I'm doing other stuff, but I just want to say to the guys from Konkret Comics, you guys are doing amazing work, and thank you so much for coming on this call. It's inspiring, especially to the creator who has the comic, Onaji. I have a 9-year-old niece, and she's basically one of my best friends. I love her so much, but I agree that they need more role models of color, more role models of women of color, because I feel like we're always subjected to a box, and you guys are changing that. You're letting the children know and the next generation know that, hey, you can do whatever you want, you can be whoever you want. And if there's no representation, you're showing them that they can be the first one in the room and everything will be great. So we just appreciate everything you guys are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was my lady, by the way. So, you know, we're definitely gonna need some more merchandise to hang up around the house. So, you know, when the little niece comes over and she gets to see, oh, you got the, you know what I'm saying? We're definitely gonna get some books from y'all and everything too, man. So yeah. Anybody else want to chime in before we wrap up?
Yeah, definitely want to send out thanks and love, and you know, keep big ups and doing what y'all doing. Thanks for recognizing us and joining us and being able to share your craft, your art, your love, your stories. It really does mean the world to us, and you know, this is how we create that Black future for us. This is how we, by sharing loves and sharing our stories and coming together and bigging everybody up. So love all three of y'all, and looking forward to see what y'all keep creating.